minus 50 seconds. T minus 40 seconds. T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Shout out to Kopish.
Shout out to Kopish, guys.
All the good work
the
up.
Two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that guy. Yeah. You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys.
Kopish.
Yes, lovely people. Hope you're well. Welcome back to the morning meetup show. My name is Callum, representing Team Kop-Ish. As always, when we get behind the mic, please make sure you subscribe, comment, and like. First and foremost, I'm doing this by myself, so please let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me as well, guys. I am safe. I was at Tottenham's ground yesterday. I am safe and sound. I had a good time, as you can imagine. Enjoyed the game, as you can imagine, and just looking good, man. Looking good. It got a little dicey for me at one point. I was watching the game in a Tottenham bar. Obviously, when Liverpool started moving, clearing the game, the bar started filling up with Tottenham fans. Got a little bit dicey for a sec, but managed to escape all safe and sound. And we've got some news for you guys today. So first and foremost, there will be a match vlog going out. So that'll be going out later on this afternoon, before the Monday night live show. Also, there will be content coming out over Christmas as well. So you'll have plenty of stuff to keep you guys going. Plus, obviously, we'll be live on Boxing Day as well for Liverpool versus Leicester City, where we look to extend our lead at the top and keep things going. I do know the green screen is showing. I've switched off the setting because I want to see if that takes a little bit of strain off my laptop. So, I mean, you guys all know we use green screens anyway. So, yeah, I just wanted to switch off, see if it makes a difference to the laptop and go from there. I'm going to potentially send my laptop off to get fixed as well, for everyone who's as annoyed as I am with the shenanigans of my laptop. So yes, we will go. But people, let's start with news from Fabrizio Romano, who has come out and said that Liverpool are interested in Ryan Cherki. Now, no official bid has been made, no official negotiations have started, but apparently we are extremely interested in the 21-year-old. Here's the thing now. I'm saying this after Szoboszlai's performance yesterday. Where would Cherki get minutes at the moment? At 21, you need minutes. And look, everyone knows how highly I rate Cherki. The guy's special. I think he's a really special talent. Is he the finished article? No. Has he got some growing and maturing to do on the football pitch? Absolutely. But he's a hell of a talent, and he's a player that I've spoken about for a long time. Shout out to John II, who first told me about Cherki years ago. I just don't know if we're going for him because I don't know if he's what we need right now. Would I have him at Liverpool? Like that, in a heartbeat. Wouldn't even complain if we signed him in January. And Russell, I hear you. I know his stats don't look great, but neither did Coutinho's before Coutinho came to the club. He's 21. I don't expect his stats to be great, especially in a Lyon team that's been very up and down over the past few years. Even himself, he's been up and down over the past few years, playing in wing positions, playing in a 10, playing in the 8. I personally don't see an issue with the stats at this age because, as I said, Coutinho wasn't a stats person. He came to Liverpool and became an absolute monster before he went to Barcelona. I just wonder what it would mean for mainly Elliot. Szoboszlai seems to be Slot's favoured number 10. But would that mean Szoboszlai maybe moves into one of the pivot positions alongside Gravenberch or McAllister? Then you also look at Elliott. Elliott was brilliant last season. Got a bad injury so far this season. Just coming back to match fitness. Like if we go and get Cherki, does that suggest that Slot maybe doesn't really rate Elliott to be that 10 that he can rely on, or he maybe just looks at Cherki and goes, well, he's just a better talent, so you guys battle for that position. And so Szoboszlai also covers that position. He also covers the pivot positions. Cherki can also play out on the wide right wing position as well. It would be very interesting if we move for him. Again, a player of that talent for apparently only 25 million euros. For me, sometimes like you just go and get the player and then you figure it out. Players and talented players like him don't come around too often. And what's nice is we're not speaking about Cherki right now while players are out of form. Dominic played superb yesterday. I know I've not spoken about the game because I wasn't on the match review with Drift and Jay. Big up Drift and Jay. Big up Matt as well for doing the watch along. Dom was exceptional yesterday. In my opinion, the best performance in a Liverpool shirt so far. And one of the reasons why I was hopeful, why I was hopeful that he could turn things around at Liverpool. Still has a way to go. Still hasn't been perfect. Still has a way to go. But over the past month and a half, Dominic's been excellent. Then Curtis Jones has been exemplary this season. Harvey Elliott is someone I rate extremely highly and someone that we were all clamoring for to come back from injury when Dom was going through his rough patch. Then you look at Graven Mack in the midfield, looking brilliant. Do we need another centre midfielder? Absolutely. Absolutely. Cherki's not a centre midfielder. There's no way Cherki's playing one of the pivot positions. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I think we need to look at this. I don't know if Cherki happens. As much as I'd love it to happen, I don't see it happening. I will answer some of your questions, guys, relating to the game as well once I get through the news, because obviously I know I didn't give my take on it yesterday. By the time I got home, Jay and Drift would have finished filming and then had to do some editing and all the rest of it. But I'm interested to see what happens in January. I'm very interested. I think we need at least one player in January. 2 would be brilliant. 3 would be unreal. And that's not including the player contract signings. That needs to just be done regardless. So, yeah, I don't know if Cherki happens. I'd love for it to happen, but I don't see it happening in January. It'd be annoying if he went to another club, but at the same time, I can't sit here and be like, oh, we should have got him, because we are quite stacked in the number 10 position, even if we don't necessarily think all of them are world-class or close to being world-class. Look, Cherki's not world-class either. So I can't sit there and complain too much if the club don't go in for him, but I do hope the club does go in for him, and I hope we do go and get the player. So time will tell. We'll see what happens there. Moving on to another player that has been making the rounds in these shows that we do, whether it be a Monday Night Live show or this show, the meetup shows, and that is Ederson from Atalanta. First maybe came onto the radar of a lot of Liverpool fans when we played them in the Europa last season over 2 legs, and he was excellent. Covered every blade of grass on both pitches and looked absolutely brilliant. He almost looked like a Kante-esque type player, and obviously no one moved for him in the summer. And you look at him and how he plays, and you think he could probably play for any team in the top 6 and be very comfortable. Now, we need someone in January. Could we hold out until the summer? Maybe, but it's a real risk, especially given that Gravenberch has barely had any rest, and McAllister did have a rest, but he picks up quite a few yellow cards, so does pick up his fair share of suspensions. Ederson's excellent. Ederson's not leaving Atalanta in January, though. He's absolutely not. And look, Ederson is not just good off the ball. He's very good on the ball as well. His distribution is actually very underrated. I think more people speak about his off the ball work because of he's a bit of an anomaly. And we said this about someone like Kante. He just covers every single blade of grass every single game and doesn't look tired at the end of the games either. Like, his gas tank is incredibly good. He, in my opinion, could play next to McAllister or Gravenberch. I think he'd probably complement Gravenberch a bit more than McAllister, but he's very much a box-to-box midfielder. He's not a defensive midfielder. He gets goals, he gets assists, not loads, but he does get his fair share. And he's good defensively. He's an all-action midfielder. The question is, do we need another all-action midfielder, or do we need someone who's a bit more of a specialist? Someone who can play next to Grav and release the reins off Grav. Someone who can play next to Mac and say, look, I've got this defensively. Go and do your thing, like what Mac was doing yesterday, popping up and getting on the end of headers and scoring goals. Plus, you also look at Atalanta. They don't need to sell in January. And in the summer, if they go and win the league, and if he has a continued good season like he started, then it's going to be really hard to get a move for him. It's going to be really hard. And we're not going to be only team in for him. I think Man United playing their 3-4-3 system, it'd almost be perfect for them because they need two all-action centre midfielders if they're going to play that formation. Arsenal probably wouldn't go in for him, seeing as they just did their midfield work last season and the season before. Chelsea, I could see going in for him. Chelsea are like, let's be real, any football player they'll go in for. Plus, Ederson would complement Caicedo fantastically well. Imagine them two in midfield. It would be crazy. Then you've also got Spurs. I mean, anyone walks into Spurs team, as we saw yesterday. Ederson's not going to Spurs, though, if I'm going to be honest. And then you've got Manchester City, who I believe probably do need an Ederson-type player, someone who can be a bit boisterous in that midfield and get about the pitch and create some urgency in that team because they're looking so lackluster at the moment. I mean, shout out to David in the chat. He says that Liverpool is his dream move. Again, I take that with a pinch of salt because even though it might be his dream move, it might not be the best move for his career. Again, David, shout out obviously for adding that information in. But I think sometimes we see that and think, oh, well, if it's his dream move, then we're automatically getting a player. And I'm not trying to be negative here, but sometimes players have to look at their career trajectory and go, if I go to Liverpool at this stage, am I going to stagnate? Am I going to get the game time needed? Is it a right system for me? Am I the right player for that system? So it's a tricky one. It's a tricky one. But Ederson looks absolutely brilliant. Look, I was a bit hesitant about whether we should go in for him last summer because I was thinking, man, he's had one good season. I need to see a bit more. I've seen enough. If we sign Ederson, I'll be over the moon. Would he be my first choice? No. But would I be over the moon? Yes, because he's a brilliant, brilliant footballer. So look, we'll see what happens there. As I said, nothing happens in January, in my opinion, regarding Ederson. And I do think we need to move for someone in January. So time will tell there and we'll see what goes on there. Another player that we've been linked with, which is someone we were linked with in the summer quite heavily, and that is Jared Branthwaite, who plays for Everton, our Merseyside neighbours. Look, I've made no secrets how much I rate Branthwaite. I think most people rate Branthwaite. Again, not the finished article. Quality footballer, but not the finished article. But I think for me, would be perfect playing as an understudy to a Virgil van Dijk and a Konate. Could potentially be someone who could replace a Joe Gomez if Joe Gomez wanted to leave. By the way, Joe Gomez was exceptional yesterday. But let's be real. I don't see Everton getting relegated this season. And if Everton don't get relegated, there is no way we're getting Branthwaite. Everton will do absolutely everything in their power to ensure that they do not sell a player to Liverpool Football Club. And look, I get it. I can't even be mad at it. I fully understand it. You think if we're Liverpool, you think I'd sell a player to Everton? In fact, you know what? Maybe I would. Maybe I would actually, because it's money for us. For Everton, it's going to be different though, isn't it? Because the player would be making a step up to us, whereas the player would be making a downward step to Everton. I probably would sell to Everton. I don't think any of our players would go to Everton though. But we're not going to get Branthwaite. Let's say Branthwaite's on the market for 50 mil, Everton's going to charge us 80. Minimum. We're not getting Jared Branthwaite. Again, rate the player very highly, but we're not getting Branthwaite. I think we need to be looking at a centre-back in this January window. And if I'm going to be honest, the person I'm really thinking we should go for is probably Jarrell Hatto. Covers centre-back and he covers left-back. I really, really do think he's the one. I don't think we can get Schlotterbeck and I don't think we can get Bastoni. Those would be the two absolute premier centre-backs for me. / left-backs. Even though Bastoni and Schlotterbeck don't really play left back, I think they could do a job there if really needed and if asked to. Hato for me ticks the boxes though. 18 years old, he's been captain of Ajax. He's a mainstay for them. He's played centre back, he's played left back, he's even played in midfield. And we wouldn't have to register him either. I think Hato would be absolutely perfect for us. And that's, again, not saying I don't want the free contracts signed up. Of course we do. But we need cover there. I want all the belts. For anyone who missed it, I want all the belts, guys. If we go and buy in January with how well we're playing at the moment, how good we are, we could do the business, guys, man. Like, don't get me wrong. We've been in positions whereby we need players to try and get us up the table. We need players now to help us try and secure trophies. If this doesn't push the ownership to go and spend some money in January, then honestly, I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. This is one of the best chances we'll have of winning the Premier League. This is also one of the best chances we might have of winning the Champions League. Carabao Cup as well. We obviously play Spurs in the Carabao Cup. I don't think they'll be as naive as they were yesterday. So that's going to be a much tougher game than it was yesterday. They won't be that naive again. Postecoglou, I know he's naive. I know he's stubborn. There's no way he can be as stubborn as he was yesterday. It just can't be. Plus, they'll have players back from injuries and suspensions for that game as well. FA Cup, Accrington and Stanley's the first game. We've got to get past them. But guys, I think I need to reiterate again. We are on the cusp of such a special season. I know some of you don't agree with my takes on things. That's absolutely fine. That's what we're here for. We're here to discuss. We're here to debate. We're here to disagree. I get it. But I think we as a fan base can all sit here, every single one of us, and say, if Liverpool Football Club go and buy a player or two in January, it really, really does go a long way to giving us a much better chance of winning these trophies. If anyone disagrees with that, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Hato's out there. Stiller's out there. There's players out there. There's no excuse, in my opinion. Go and sign the players needed and go and win the trophies. We saw Mo Salah yesterday. Virgil van Dijk. Trent, who's just the right back, I was told. These players want trophies. We as a fan base want the big trophies. One Champions League and one Premier League is not good enough for Salah, Virgil, Alisson, Trent, Robbo, all these legends. All these legends who, in my opinion, walk into virtually any team of the Premier League era. It's not right they've only got one Premier League to show for it. It's not right. We need to change that, and we can change that this season. I do not want to sit here in May and go, if we had just signed a player in January, things would have been different. I don't want to sit here in May and go, we're going into the summer after finishing second, and it's, we've got a lot of work to do again. Just get it done now, man. Just get it done. I want those builders going to the championship wall at Liverpool Football Club Stadium and having to change numbers. I want the cabinet to be changed because there's too many trophies to fit in it. If we're not all on the same wavelength there, then I don't know what to tell you guys. I want it all, and I do think we can achieve it all this season. So let me just give my little 2 cents on the game yesterday. Right, so we started the game well. I also think Spurs started the game well in the first 5-10 minutes. But then quality just took over, man. McAllister after rest? McAllister after he has some rest? Oh my goodness, machine. Grav is just graceful. He's just graceful with it. Knows when to intercept. Knows when to step into to play. Knows when to just sit back a little bit. He's learning the defensive side of the game to an absolute T, by the way. But you see that midfield trio, Mac, Grav, and Dominic. That's the 10 I wanted to see when I was talking about him. That's the 10 that Matt was telling you guys about. Assisting, scoring, running beyond the defenders, harassing centre midfielders and centre backs. That is Dominic Szoboszlai. That's the guy we wanted at Liverpool Football Club. That's the guy that, shout out to Grizz, was comparing to Steven George Gerrard. Went too far though, Grizz. Went too far. You're my brother, but you went too far. But that's the Dominic we wanted to see. And then think about this, guys. Luis Diaz, who had a goal chalked off last season, unfairly said, yeah, you want to run it back at White Hart Lane at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium? All right, cool. I won't give you one today. I'll give you two. And I'll run your defense ragged. Luis Diaz is making it very hard for the people at the top to say, you're not worth 150k a week. Played left wing this season, looked very good. But in that false 9 position, shout out to Jamie Phillips. Shout out to Arne Slot. That false 9, crazy. He was like a man possessed yesterday. Getting back and defending and breaking up plays, starting moves, finishing moves. His header. And by the way, Trent's cross. He's not just a right back. His starting position's right back. He's not just a right back. I don't know how many times I have to say this. He's not just a right back. Gary Neville never passed the ball like that. Dennis Irwin never passed the ball like that. Carl Walker's never passed the ball like that. Azpilicueta. Do I have to continue? He's not just a right back. He just starts there. It's just a position he starts at. It's a magician. With both feet, he was opening up the game for fun yesterday. And defensively, he was sound as hell as well. Put some respect on his name. When you speak about passes and crosses of the ball in the Premier League era, you're putting him in the conversation with people like Scholes, Fabregas, KDB, Gerrard, Alonso. Them sort of players. Beckham. You're putting him in a conversation with them. Go on, I dare you to mention another right back in the same breadth as Trent when it comes to passing, crossing, and all that stuff, and opening up the game. I dare you. He's not just a right back. He's not just a right back. Give him a new contract. Salah. More records broken again. Number 4, if I'm not mistaken, in Liverpool's all-time goal scorer list. I think he's behind. So you got Rush, Hunt, can't remember the other one. And then I think he might have just moved ahead of Billy Liddell. Or he's either just behind Billy Liddell. 2 goals, 2 assists. I got told in the summer, sell Salah to Saudi. I said, no, you're crazy. People said, no, you're crazy, Cal. Selling for 100 mil to Saudi. Reinvest the money. Who would you have bought for 100 mil that's giving you output like this? Go on, I'll wait. I'll wait. Who? Come on, man. Put some respect on the King's name. Gakpo, not his best of games, but efficient as hell. Efficient as hell, man. Holds his position well. Knows when to go beyond the attacker, knows when not to. His play in interchange with Salah was excellent for the goal. Not Salah with Diaz, sorry. For Salah's goal. Excellent play, them two. I thought he underhit the pass, and he did underhit the pass, but he kept the run going, timed his run brilliantly, and bam, in. Then off the bench came Jota. Nunes come off the bench as well. Chiesa didn't even make bench. Elliott came off the bench. Jones came off the bench. But let me speak about someone in particular. Two people, actually. I'm going to start with Joseph. From Catford, Lewisham area. Joe Gomez. Had his critics, and rightly so. Has he been inconsistent this season? A little bit. But when it's really, really mattered, like yesterday and the Man City game, since Ibu's been out, put some respect on his name. Am I saying he'd be a guaranteed starter for Liverpool if Ibu was here? No, he's not better than Ibu. But I tell you guys for free, I do not want Joe Gomez to leave Liverpool Football Club. His versatility, his love for the club, his talent, it is needed to have a player like that in the squad. I take you back to Alex Ferguson's side when they were winning trophies and winning the 3-peat and Champions Leagues, etc. John O'Shea could play right back, could play left back, could play centre back, could play midfield if you really needed to. No one will ever sit there and say John O'Shea was world class or would be an automatic start if everyone was fit. But you go and ask any Man United fan who watched football around that era if they would have traded John O'Shea or got rid of him. The answer would have been no. Players like that are so vital for the squad. It's unreal. Quality and versatility is so underestimated in today's game. And then the other person I want to speak about is Andrew Robertson. Now, I'm going to caveat this straight away before anyone goes crazy. I still want a new left back. But Robertson yesterday was 2018, 2019, 2020 Robbo. That was that Robertson. That was the Robertson who said, nah, you're not doing anything from an attacking standpoint. Shut this nonsense down. That was, I've got Iron Brew in my system, Andrew Robertson. He was excellent yesterday. Absolutely superb yesterday. And you know what? Drift's been saying it, and I've got to give my brother flowers. He's been saying if Robbo is, if we are going to keep Robbo and Robbo becomes a deputy, he'll be all right in games where he's not playing every week in, week out. I don't know if I agree, but right now, Drift, in my opinion, his comment looks like it's got more validity than mine. Mine's just an opinion. He's kind of got a little bit of proof at the moment. See, this is what, all right, I'm going to have to call it out. I'm seeing people say, don't gas Robbo and didn't think Robbo was great yesterday. Come on, guys, man. Can we not just say he had a fantastic game? I've already said it. I've already said it. I'd buy a new left back, but come on, are we going to act like he didn't have a fantastic game yesterday? Yes, he did make one mistake for the goal where he let the ball go over his head. But come on, man. Come on. Come on, you guys. Fergzinho, I see you, bro. I see you, Fergzinho. Trudon as well. Come on, man. Just give him his flowers, man. He had a good game yesterday. Just give him his flowers. That's all I ask. Look at you guys. You guys call me a harsh critic. You guys are harsh, man. Robbo was very good yesterday. Very good yesterday. Kept width as well. When we're attacking, he timed his runs well. I'm telling you, we're on the cusp of something special. This team is on the cusp of something special. And shout out to the main man, Arne Slot. Wow. When we lost Jurgen Klopp, you guys saw me when I did the video when we found out the news about Jurgen Klopp. I was so worried about the future. I wanted Xabi Alonso. So much so that I named my little girl Alonso. And big up to my little one. She's turned 1 today. It's her first birthday today. So I won't be on a Monday night live show. I'm going to be celebrating Alonso's first birthday. That's how much I wanted us to sign Alonso. Plus, he's one of my favorite players of all time. Then heard Alonso wasn't coming. So I was like, boy, it's got to be Ruben Amorim. It's got to be Ruben Amorim. or as Man United fans might hear, Ruben interim. And it's like, right, we're not getting Ruben either. Been priced out. We're getting Arne Slot. I was like, who's Arne Slot? Who's this? Then obviously Ten Hag's here, and I'm going, boy, it's 50-50 with Dutch managers in the Premier League. Ten Hag, Van Gaal, they didn't do too well. Arne Slot said, don't compare me with them lot. I heard it was the battle of the Baldies, Man United fans were saying. Ineos are here, so Ten Hag's going to take over. Remember he said, eras come to an end. You're right, eras do come to an end. Yours did, Ten Hag. There's only one bald manager that's setting the world alight right now, and his name ain't Pep Guardiola. It's Arne Slot. It's Arne Slot. The guy has been absolutely immaculate so far. And when I say immaculate, I know people go, well, you know, we lost against Forest and drew against Newcastle and Arsenal. Yeah, still been immaculate. And you know why I love this guy so much? Because he still speaks about the Nottingham Forest game to this day. Do you know why? Because he's a winner and got winner mentality. I love that. I love Jurgen Klopp, but you know my criticism of him was I think he's more happy taking part. I think he's happy to compete. If he wins, it's a bonus. Slot don't come across like that. Slot is, no, I want to win. I don't care for taking part. I don't care about all the other stuff. I want to win trophies. And again, shout out to FSG. Shout out to Richard Hughes. I'm here to criticize when they deserve it, but I'm also here to give them credit when they deserve it. They could have listened to the fanfare. They could have listened to the hype. They did their due diligence and they went and got Arne Slot, and look how it's working out. Absolutely amazing, man. Absolutely amazing. Shout out to Stephanus, who's asked, how do you worry about our defense? 8 goals conceded in 3 games in the league. The reason why I don't is because we've had quite a lot of games back to back to back, and we had some injuries, we had some suspensions, and we had some tough fixtures as well. The Fulham game, again, with all due respect, I know I just waxed lyrical about Robbo's performance yesterday, but I don't think we concede 2 goals in that game if Robbo doesn't do what he does. The Newcastle game was just, it was a weird game. Kelleher made a mistake for the last goal. I think he should have done better for the second goal. Sorry, for the first goal, and the second goal was a bit of a calamity. And then the game yesterday, I mean, I'll be honest with you, Kulusevski's goal, I think him and Solanke, like, they deserve credit. Sometimes as a fan of the opposition, you just go, that was a really well worked goal. I thought that was a brilliant goal. I think the one where Robbo missed the header, I think that could have been avoided. And yeah, the first goal could have been avoided as well. So I'm not worried because we're not getting carved open. We're not getting pieced up. And Alisson's not having to make as many saves as he would have been at the beginning of the season, for example. So I'm not concerned at the moment. But our attack, jeez, our attack. And Jota's not even fully fit yet. He's not even fully fit yet. So things are looking good, people. But look, as I said, I'm going to wrap up here. The boys will be live later on this evening for the Monday night live show. And then we'll probably have a Leicester City preview tomorrow. Look out for the match day vlog, which will be coming out later on today as well, please, people. Would love for you guys to get that to 1,000 likes and to leave some comments, whether it's like comments saying that you like the video or the style of the video, even criticism. If it's constructive, I'm all ears, people, because at the end of the day, if we can improve as a channel and give you guys better content, we can grow as a channel and you guys get better content. So we're all in this as a team together, people. If you haven't already, do smash that like button and please do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. A couple of you have said it. I should do it as well. It's little Alonso's birthday, so I'm going to drop the beat for my little princess. This is for little Alonso. Bergzinho, I'm not looking to catch anyone outside, bro. I almost got caught outside yesterday slipping in North London, so I ain't looking to catch any smoke with anyone. But now, big up to yourself. As I said, people, make sure you smash the like on this video as well, please, people. Let's get up to 1,000 likes on every single video we do. That is a standard we want to hit going forward, people. Big up to all of you guys for your birthday wishes for Alonso. Look, it might be her birthday, but I'm gonna be the one who's like enjoying the day and indulging. Like, she's one, she can't really eat too much birthday cake, so you know, it's gonna be a bit of a cheat day for me today. So it is what it is, isn't it? Stevie and Robbie won't be allowed too much cake because sugar intake. They're just kids, so I'm going to have to step up as a man and finish that birthday cake that's going to be left over at the end of the day. I will take that burden on for my family as the head of the household. Birthday cake in one sitting, Hugo. Look, if I have to do that for the sake of my family, I've always sat here and said I would do anything for the good of my family. So if it means I've got to eat all the birthday cake in one sitting, then I will take on that burden reluctantly for the sake of my family, and I will do that. So yes, these are the things you got to do as a dad and as a husband. Sometimes you just got to step up to the plate, literally and metaphorically. So yeah, we will see. But nah, people, enough love to you all. Look, if you're into combat stuff as well, combat sports, etc., I will be over on my channel when this show finishes to discuss the Tyson Fury and Usyk fight, speaking about Mike Perry calling out Robbie Lawler, and just some other things there as well. Massive shout out to LFC Network in the chat as well. Go and follow them on Instagram, doing some great stuff there. Massive shout out to Mert, who I did the video content with yesterday from Anfield Club. Make sure you go and subscribe to his channel on Instagram as well. And people, until I see you tomorrow, enough love to you all. Have a fantastic rest of the day wherever you are in the world. Stay safe, stay blessed. Hey, big up my brother Jamie. Also big up Sadiq, Marcel, all of you guys in the chat. Anila, big up yourself. Until I see you all again, stay safe, stay blessed. We are Kopish and we're out, people. Take care.